Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with another thrift store book haul. This was completely unintentional, like completely not planned. I was out with the hubby today and we had to do some running around and I'm like, I just want to stop by the thrift store just quickly just to see if they have anything. So went to the first one. There's a couple in my area, and the first one actually had a lineup because while there is stuff that's open now, they're only letting so many people in and stuff like that at a time. So there's a lineup, and I said to Garrett, I'm not waiting in line. So we went to another one closer to the house, and there was no lineup, but so we went in, and I got 15 books, you guys. So I can tell you off the bat, I paid $19 for all 15 of these books. So pretty good deal, but I am very quickly running out of room. Like you can see that shelf right there is just filled. The Harlequin shelves are a mess right there. So I've got to start organizing these. And one of my plans for the end of the month is I want to get 3 new bookcases. I want to get the Billy ones from IKEA, and they're dual, so they're the 2-in-1, like 2 bookcases, and they're going to line this entire wall right here. So, and this whole room will be getting reorganized, but once I have those, then I can really work on getting all these books and stuff like that organized. So it'll give me a lot more space. So anyway, I cannot say no though to, thrift books or, used books. I love them. I absolutely love them because you can't beat the deal. So these are in absolutely no particular order. I just put them down here and I'm just going to show them to you as I go. So I got a couple of old Harlequins, like actual Harlequins. So we have Shadows of the Past, and this is by Monica Douglas? Monica Douglas. It's number 1706 in the Harlequin series. Sorry for the bright light. But look at the cover, you guys. Isn't that pretty? I just thought it was so pretty. Clearly, it looks like Paris. Yeah, because there's the Eiffel Tower. So, yeah. Oh. It was when her half-brother died that Sarah Blake returned to England after 3 years and found that Blake's store was at the mercy of a man called Brent Maxwell. Sarah was not the type to easily knuckle under. She would fight him to her utmost. So who knows what this one is, about. It looks really good. Like I said, the cover looks great. This was originally published in 1973. 1973. So yay on that one. Next up, we have an old Silhouette Special Edition, which is now the Harlequin Special Edition line. And it looks like it's a Christmas one. It's number 708. And this is Baby It's You by Celeste Hamilton. That cover. Oh, these make me so happy. November of 1991 is the publication date on this one. So yay on that one. I got another one of these in the Best-Selling Author collection. They had a couple of these, but some of them were really damaged. And usually I don't care to the condition of the book itself. But for some reason, these Best-Selling Author collection duologies, I really want them in good condition. That's it's the one stipulation I have. As long as the spine's not cracked, I'm cool with it. So I got a Debbie Macomber, and this is Yours and Mine by Debbie Macomber, and it contains a secondary story called The Bachelor Doctor's Bride by Caro Carson. So yeah, so this is a 2-in-1 Best-Selling Author collection. I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think about 10 of these. So I'm slowly picking them up as I see them, and I really, really like them. Next, we have an old Blaze novel. You guys know I love the Blaze line. It's number 429, and this is Kiss and Tell by Alison Kent. Again, like this one you can clearly see is pretty damaged. I mean, the front cover is bent. The spine is completely damaged, but these I don't care, but for some reason I want these to be in nice condition. I don't know why that is, but because like I said, there were a couple more of the Best-Selling Author collections that I could have picked up, but I want them all in decent condition. So anyway, Blaze novel, this is from November of 2008. So yeah, so there's that one. Then I got a Duets novel. I do love these Duets novels. This is number 35 in the Duet series. And this is The Deputy's Bride by Liz Ireland and Sitting Pretty by Sheryl Ann Porter. So there, I just really like the cover. It's kind of hard to see because it's white on white, but it's the bride and she's wearing red cowboy boots. I just think that is so charming. And yeah, these are really fun. The Duet series are 2 romantic comedies, so it's 2 full-length novels in one. These were not at any time, when this line was being published, these stories were not previously published, nor were they published separately. Now a lot of them are. You can find like the individual stories, like often for Kindle. But yeah, at the time of publication, these were not separately published. These were not older stories. These were all brand new stories published in these editions. Next up, we have an old Harlequin historical. I love the old historicals. This is Sweet Annie by Sheryl St. John. This one's in really good condition, you guys. Look at that. The side is even really nice too. Oh, I love it. Annie Sweetwater wasn't like other girls. All her life, everyone she'd ever known had told her so, except Luke Carpenter, who never let her limp blind him to seeing her as she really was, a woman grown, full of dreams, desires, and hopes for a future with him. And Luke couldn't remember a time when he hadn't loved her. To her family, she was a Dresden doll in a wheelchair. To Luke, she was his sweet Annie, a woman of surprising gifts, with a heart as open and as wide as the western sky, and he'd risk anything to make her his bride. So she has a disability. That's interesting. Oh, I like it. So these ones are not numbered at the side. I've mentioned that before on my channel. The historicals are not. Oftentimes, they are numbered on the inside. Oh my gosh, you guys, it doesn't have a step back, but it's got an inside picture. There's like her wheelchair. Isn't that neat? Oh, isn't that pretty? It's actually very pretty, isn't it? It's really pretty looking. So anyway, let me see if I can find a number on this one here. Sometimes they are listed on the inside cover. Sweet Annie is number 548 in the Harlequin Historical Series, and this was originally published in 2001. So this is 20 years old, you guys. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And I got this one. It says it's a Harlequin historical at the side, or it says it's a historical romance, but it's not part of the Harlequin historical line. This is just an anthology. And I just really like the cover on this one, even though it's kind of damaged. And this is Dukes of Engagement, and this is by Stephanie Laurels, Casey Michaels, and Delilah Mavel, I think. Look at that cover. Isn't that pretty? So these are 3 stories in one. 3 delightful tales of the rules of engagement, Regency style. Everyone loves a wedding. The quiet country girl, the sophisticated member of the ton, a graceful duchess. Follow these charming ladies and their handsome suitors on their journeys down the aisle of England's grand cathedrals and castles as they make and break society's most sacred rules. That just looks awesome. So what are the 3 stories that are contained in here? Let me see. What are they called? So we have The Reasons for Marriage by Stephanie Laurels, The Wedding Party by Casey Michaels, and Unlaced by Delilah Mavel. So very excited about that one. Sorry, cat walking around. I got another of the best-selling author collections, a Sheryl Woods. I love, love, love Sheryl Woods. My Dearest Cal, and again, it also contains another story by Carl Carson, which is A Texas Rescue Christmas. So I do not know if the first one is a Christmas story. I don't think so. Typically, that's what they would have done. It would have been a Christmas story and then with a Christmas story. But it sounds like it's one Christmas story and one that is not. But that is okay. Looks really good. Again, in really great condition. Again, I prefer these in good condition. The Sheryl Woods story was originally published in 1991 and the Carl Carson in 2014. So that one's a bit more recent, 7 years if you want to consider that a bit more recent. But yeah, so I'm happy to have that one as well. And I don't think I mentioned, so the Debbie Maycomer was originally published in 1989 and the Carl Carson, again, was also from 2014. So 2 of hers from 2014. So that's exciting. Yeah, I really, really like these. Another duets novel that we have here. This is Annie Get Your Guy and Messing Around with Max, both by Laurie Foster, who is, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Laurie Foster's work. She does a lot. She's very prolific. She writes a lot of sexy type books, but this is sexy type books. That's all the romance, isn't it? This is number 47 in the duets line, and it is from March of 2001. So yeah, so I'm glad I found this one. Looks really good. Another older Harlequin romance novel. We have Moonlight and Magic, and this is by Rachel Lindsay. Show of hands of who thinks this is from the 1970s, based solely on what he's wearing. So this is number 1648, and this was originally published in, oh, I was wrong, 1962, you guys. Wow. Original hardcover edition published in 1962 by Mills and Boon. And then this edition was published in 1962. Wow. Wow, that is awesome. That was, my mom would have been 10 when this came out. That is so cool. That is so cool. Another Harlequin historical novel. This is the De Burgh Bride, I think, by Deborah Simmons. Am I saying that right? It obviously is a medieval. You can tell he looks like he's wearing like chainmail, like a knight. Yeah, this one looks good. I do not read a lot of the medieval ones. They're generally not my favorites, but I will give it a try. So what do we have here? When was this one published? This is number 399, and it came out in 1998 originally. So yay on that one. Another older Harlequin. We have, the titles on these are craziness. Alien Corn by Rachel Lindsay. That's what it says, is it not? Weird. I'm totally intrigued in this one now. So this is number 1742, and this was originally published in 1973, December of 1973. The original hardcover Mills and Boon edition was published in 1968. Then the Harlequin edition in December of 73. So yeah, so there is that one. I got one of these. This is a Love Swept. It's not a Harlequin, but I wanted to pick it up anyway because I don't run into these as often. And this is part of their American Bachelor series. This was a free book when you bought Nice and Easy hair coloring. Really? That was a thing? The Thrill of the Chase by Maris Soul. Maris. I can't hear the name Maris without thinking of the TV show Frasier. My favorite character that you never even saw. Yeah, so this is part of the American Bachelor series from Love Swept. Now, for Love Swept, this is number 768. That doesn't mean anything. Well, I mean, it's clearly number 768 in the Love Swept series, but this is one that I'm not, a category romance that I am not familiar with, but am wanting to get more into just because I do love the category romances just in general. And this one was published in 1995. It was from Bantam, is the original publisher. December of 95. So yeah. So I picked up that one. I'm excited to start collecting these ones as well. Because, you know, I need some more. Another historical. I love the historicals. This is a Western, another Western one. Am I saying that right? Cimarron Rose, or Cimarron Rose. And this is by Nicole Foster. Looks really good. I love the Westerns. I love the Westerns. Oh, and it's got an inside picture again. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And actually, it's in color on the back as well. That's so much fun. I've talked about this before. This came from a place called Sunrise Books, and it was $2.95. Is that local to me? I don't think so. And if it was probably a real long time ago. I'm not going to try and pull that sticker off. Please, thrift stores, don't put stickers on the outside of your books. This is from number 560, and it's from May of 2001. And okay, so I just saw in here, it says, Praise for Jake's Angel. That one I have in my collection. Also written, of course, by this author, so yay on that one. That one will be great. And then last but not least, I thought this was like the find of the day, but it's a republished, but that's okay. I still actually have it, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. So we have Next Patient Dr. Anne by Elizabeth Gilzian, I think. Guys, number 458 in the Harlequin series. I mean, just in context, where'd that other one go? Moonlight Magic is 1648, and it was published in 62. Right? So, I saw this, and I went, yoink. It turns out I looked at it. It is a republish, but that's okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. I have it in my collection. So this was originally printed in 1958, originally published in 1958, and the Harlequin edition was published in 59. But this edition I'm holding in my hands was reprinted in 74. So it's a more recent republication, like reprinting, but that's okay. I still have it in my collection. It might not be the original publication, but I'm not going to split hairs over that. I am so excited to have this. Technically speaking, in terms of where this falls in the Harlequin line, this is the oldest book that I have. So I'm so excited. But this goes to show that a lot of these really old ones really focused on medical. Like way back then, that was like the big thing. So yeah, it says Anne had two ambitions: to qualify as a doctor and to marry Jonathan, the boy next door whom she had loved for years, and who was himself going to be a doctor. Were the two wishes compatible, or would he decide that he didn't want a wife with a profession of her own? I mean, come on. That sounds so good. I want to like read this now. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to have this. So yay. So anyway, guys, that is all that I have for this video today. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you read any of these. Have you picked up any good books at your thrift store? Are you a thrift store shopper like I am? You know, used books, not just like when I say thrift, I don't necessarily just mean thrift books, but I do kind of have an addiction to thrift books as well. But sometimes there's just something about going in and not knowing what you're going to find and kind of finding some treasures. So that is always fun. But anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.